fact that guys, and here's the other thing, 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road, how many of these guys are going to look back because maybe they have a successful NFL career, maybe they don't. I wish I would have taken that. I wish I had one more opportunity to play. I played in 50 games at Michigan, and I wish to this day I could get one more.
Like 51 games.
Yeah, I would have loved one more. And I just think at some point in their life, they're going to sit there and say, I wish I had one more game. Well, you had that opportunity.
Right, but I think it's ultimately your decision. You talk about a commitment. I don't think you owe anybody anything at that stage. The season is over. These are largely exhibitions, right? We're not talking playoff games. These are exhibitions for the players. Go somewhere warm, get a swag bag, and play one more time if you want. And if you don't have a pro career to consider, it's an even easier decision. When you do, listen, John, your teammates aren't paying your medical bills when you graduate. The university, for as welcoming as they will be, they're not going to feed your family. So when you have to make that decision, you make that decision for yourself.
And each guy has to make that decision. And I know it wasn't even around when I was playing. So it wasn't a decision I had to make. It wasn't something I was faced with. We do have a guy that was faced with that decision.
Oh, this is, the guy to talk to about this topic. Is this really Jake Butt? Jake, how are you?
Yes, it is. Hey, guys, thanks for having me, John. What's going on, man? I love listening to the show. Heard you guys were talking about bowl game opt-outs, and I figured who better to call than me.
Yes. Yeah, what do you know about this?
I know a thing or two. And hey, listen, the reason I'm on the phone with you guys right now, could be argued, was because I did play in that Orange Bowl. And John, I was just listening to you, and I hear what you're saying, and I agree. That's why I played bowl games. I had a commitment to my teammates. I had a commitment to my school. I take great pride in wearing that wing helmet. I was never going to take that for granted. Leading up to that week, a bunch of guys started sitting out. Leonard, Fournette, Mccaffrey, they're sitting out, and all my teammates are asking me, "Hey, are you going to play?" I'm like, I could not even cross my mind. Of course, I was going to play. But the reality is I tore my ACL, and now I'm out of the NFL, and I really never got my career going. I tore my ACL again in the NFL, and then more meniscus surgeries, and then hamstring injuries related to my ACL. I never got my career off the ground, and that's something to consider. As much as I understand and I have zero regrets, I understand that things happen, and the lessons I've learned and the perspective I've gained on life because of that moment is invaluable.
So,
You
Jake,
can't make that decision for a kid. They have to understand the bigger picture and let them make that decision.
Jake, knowing what you know now, the experiences that you've had since that moment, and you mentioned the hamstring injuries, the injuries to your knee further in the NFL, you never got things going. Would you make the same decision today?
I would. But again, it doesn't tell the whole story. I would because I value greatly the perspective I've gained on life, the personal growth, and the emotional growth, and relational growth I've had has been really, really remarkable. And I don't think you get that without great trials. So I'm grateful for that. But when you have especially these kids that have a chance to make millions and millions of dollars, that's the decision they have to make. Especially in today's climate, college football changed. You see a team like Notre Dame, they had a chance to go to the playoffs. Brian Kelly, he left. There's no loyalty really at all in this game of football anymore. And it's for better, for worse, it just is what it is. And I think everybody has to take that into consideration when you're, getting mad at kids for making the best decision for them personally.
Yeah, you mentioned Leonard Fournette and Christian McCaffrey as guys who opted out when you were making that decision, and I don't have to be the guy to say it, but both are playing in the NFL right now. And
right.
Jake, you said that was a factor as your injury limited your ability to pursue the NFL career to its fullest. I know people talk about insurance policies and doing things like that to help protect your wallet, but they can't take back a healthy knee or a ligament or anything like that.
Right. And I had an insurance policy, and it helped make up for some of the damage. I would have made more if I was healthy and got drafted where I was slotted to get drafted, and would have. I think in a little bit I could have played, but I could have played 10 years in the NFL. I just got a little taste of it, and it was kind of just ripped from me. That'll rip your heart out emotionally, man. I love this game of football, like you said, John, but it's a double-edged sword because as much as I love this game of football and I would love to play I don't have that chance because, you know, these injuries just started to pile up. And that's, it's a tough thing that it's hard to come back from physically, but there's an emotional and a mental side of injuries that may be even harder than the physical aspect.
And Jake, I'll ask you this too, because I do think it's an individual decision. And, you know, I'm talking from my perspective, I would have played. Your perspective, you would have played. And the lessons that you learned from that, if you had a teammate that made a decision that was different than yours, how would you have handled that situation?
I would, you know, if it was a decision to opt out, I would respect it. To be honest with you, I would respect it. And I would just seriously make them consider, though, because I think when they opt out, they only consider the money. And I think they should consider you and I perspective as well, John, is the money doesn't tell the whole thing. Will you be able to sleep one day knowing, hey, man, you kind of are bailing on your team? You know, that's the truth of it. And I can understand the reason and the logic behind it, but you have to take it all into consideration, and that's when you can make your decision from there. That's when you can finally say, all right, I'll be able to sleep at night. You know, this is my decision.
Jake, this is a pleasant surprise. I love the perspective. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, love listening to you guys here. I figured I'd call in and talk it up with you guys. So
Jake, are you heading down to Miami?
Yep. Well, I mean, hey, that's the Orange Bowl, man. That's where it all happened. So
I didn't know if it was going to be one of those bad memories you don't want to have to relive.
Right. Well, this feels like the 2016 revenge story. You know, they took care of Iowa, which we couldn't beat. They took care of Ohio State, we couldn't beat. They win the Big Ten championship. You know, all things our 16 team could have done, but didn't do. Now they're going back to the Orange Bowl. So, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing those guys go kick some SEC ass down there.
All right. Thanks, bud.
Jake Butt, former Michigan tight end. You heard his story, you heard his perspective. 97.1.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, there's construction coming up today, 94 westbound from 10 to 9 Mile, a right lane closure between 9 and 3. Then there's a double right lane closure scheduled for M10 northbound at 10 Mile starting at 10 tonight for just a few hours. Then weekend construction will close 75 both directions between Spring Mills and Clark Street in southwest Detroit. Again, all lanes closing at about 9 o'clock tonight until Monday morning. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
Sports Minute. The football world is mourning the loss of five-time Pro Bowl receiver Demaryius Thomas. Found dead in his Georgia home Thursday night, his family tells the AP they believe he died from a seizure. He was dealing with medical issues, so the Broncos postponed his retirement ceremony this fall. He was known for his humility and his megawatt smile. And now DT is another painful reminder that life is precious and fleeting. I'm Amy Lawrence.
Holidays are here, and so is fashionable device. Get yourself a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3 5G. It's a phone that folds in half to literally stand on its own. It's a cool phone. You can pair it with your Galaxy Watch 4 for ultimate wellness and wow factor. You can check health stats, flex personal records. Over 90 activities can be tracked, such as biking, swimming, golfing, and more. So invest in yourself with tech made to crush goals. Holidays open up a Galaxy. Shop it all at Samsung.com. 5G connection and availability may vary. Check with carrier. Products are sold separately.
Napa know-how. Right now, a 5-quart jug of Napa full synthetic motor oil is only $19.99. It's the hottest deal of the year for the coldest time of the year. So if you're in your car right now, there's no need to turn on the heat. I'm about to read this sizzler again. That's Napa full synthetic for a hot $19.99. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how. Napa know-how. At participating locations does not include taxes and fees. Advertised sale price not available in some states. Offer ends 12/31/21.
Ideal You is the program that has helped thousands of people lose up to 40 pounds in 40 days eating real food. No shots, no shakes, no prepackaged food. You buy all the food you eat on the program at your local grocery store. Since this program is based on eating real whole foods, they're offering an amazing deal for a limited time. Get $200 in free groceries when you sign up for the program. That's on top of the free body composition analysis you'll receive when you sign up today for a free consultation at idealu.us. A free consultation plus $200 in free groceries is an unbelievable offer. You could be down up to 40 pounds in just 40 days. Ideal U teaches you what foods make you lose weight and how to keep it off. This offer will end any day now, so book today. Get a free body composition analysis and $200 in free groceries when you book a consultation at idealu.us today. That's idealu.us. Results may vary based on physical health and adherence to the program. No weight loss or health guarantees are provided or implied.
At Fisher Investments, our clients know we have their backs.
How do your clients know that?
Because Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, the highest standard for a financial advisor. It means we're there for our clients and always put their interests first.
So wait, you do it because you have to?
No, we do it because it's the right thing to do. Our clients trust us with their retirement savings, but we know how important that responsibility is. So we take the time to really get to know them.
Get to know them how?
We make sure we understand their unique goals, finances, health, family, and lifestyle, so we can tailor their portfolio to their specific needs. Our goal is to help them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Sounds like a big responsibility. You must make big commissions then, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We have one single transparent fee that's structured so we do better when our clients do better. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you are switching to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
It's the holiday season, folks, and with actual places to go and people to see this year, you need a connection that'll keep you covered at home and on the go. Luckily, Xfinity Internet delivers reliable coverage at home. And Xfinity Mobile, with nationwide 5G included, covers you everywhere else. Plus, you can save up to $400 a year on your wireless bill. So the only thing you'll need to worry about,
Long time no see.
is remembering what your friends look like.
It's me.
Right. How's that hobby and or job you have?
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $20 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. Add Xfinity Mobile, and you could save up to $400 a year on wireless over AT&T. Plus, ask how to get a 5G phone on us. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto-pay with stored bank account. Ends 12/21/21. Restrictions apply. New Connect Internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Compares pricing of top carriers. Xfinity Internet required.
You heard you could save big when you bundle home and auto with Progressive, so you went online to check it out. But then you saw a link for a survey about which type of bread you are. And now you're on question 17, barely scratching the surface of your bread identity. You always thought of yourself as a brioche, but are you actually more of a pumpernickel? Ah, yes. They said it was easy to save money bundling with Progressive, but they forgot about the rest of the internet. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
You know when you order a new video game, or a golf club, or a blender, and then it arrives at your door, you get a little thrill. Imagine how much more thrilling it is when you order a new car. With Nissan at home, you can shop for the perfect ride and order it without ever having to go anywhere. Sure beats a golf club or a blender. Buy a new car entirely online with Nissan at home. Delivered direct from dealer to driveway. Thrill starts here. Services may vary at participating dealers, subject to applicable law. See dealer for details.
Did you know there's more than one Las Vegas? There's the Strip with families on vacation and questionable odds. Then there's downtown Vegas, the original gambling and entertainment mecca. That's where you'll find the D Las Vegas. Book your stay today at thed.com. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
Necessary Roughness with former NFL lineman TJ Lang and John Jansen. Download it today on the Odyssey app.
Of Stoney and Jansen with Heather on 97.1 The Ticket.
Good morning. Today, Jim Costa in for Stoney. It's the Stoney and Jansen show. We've got Western Michigan head coach Tim Lester joining us. It was announced this week they'll be playing in the Quick Lane Bowl later this month, Ford Field, December 27th. Now, Tim, I promised I'd be good. I wouldn't ask you questions like, why'd you punt to Khalil Pimpleton, or what's it like to lose the cannon on your home field? Nothing like that. No, it's good to talk to you. Congrats on the bowl game in Detroit. I know that's big for the alumni in the area.
Yeah, it's exciting when a lot of the fans and all the football alumni and just all of the alumni of Western Michigan have a chance to come to a bowl game. And it's close enough that hopefully the crowd comes out and people feel the energy.
And it's a pre-noon kick. Like, how are you going to get the team ready that early in the morning?
Well, unfortunately, we're more a morning team. I mean, we practice about 10 o'clock every morning, 9 o'clock every morning. So it's not as big of an adjustment. We have a harder time when we're playing at 8 o'clock at night because, we're trying to get in such a rhythm of practice in the morning. So that actually works out for us. And playing Nevada, I don't know, 11 o'clock for them, it's going to be like an 8 o'clock in the morning kick. So I think it could be an advantage.
John loves the early morning team.
Absolutely. Get up and go.
Yes, amen.
Talk to us about this QB showcase. You mentioned you're playing Nevada. Carson Strong, and you guys got a pretty good quarterback yourself, Caleb Ellaby. Size that up for us.
Yeah, I mean, it's been fun to watch some of them see their quarterback throw it all over the yard. I mean, stats are one thing early on in the year. Late in the year, if you're a top 5 in the country in anything, then you're pretty special. I'm watching them all over the yard and extremely accurate. It's a huge challenge for our defense. They're kind of like in our league, Kent State. They're going to go fast. They're going to throw it all over the yard. And obviously, Caleb's had another great year in his second year starting, and extremely accurate and efficient with the ball. And so it'll be a great matchup for people to watch.
Well, and one of the benefits of obviously playing a local game is that you don't have to travel far, but it's also the 15 extra bowl practices. As a coach, what does it mean to you for your program, especially for the development of the young players, to get those extra reps, extra time on the field that some schools that aren't going bowling don't get?
It's a huge advantage. I mean, you see teams that get in bowl and lose in bowl eligible. I want to say it's about 7 years in a row now, and it's every single year for these young kids. If you take advantage of it as a head coach, these young kids are scrimmaging at the end of every single one of these practices. We already had 1 or 2 where the kids that have been running scout cars all year are actually run. Some of them be starting. I mean, they're running our offense, our defense, young on young. The vets love watching these scrimmages at the end of every day. And man, it's just like an extra spring ball. And so the development of your younger players should be enhanced from teams that don't get this opportunity.
It's Western Michigan head coach Tim Lester. The Broncos play in Nevada December 27th, the Quick Lane Bowl in Detroit at Ford Field. And for people to come down and watch your team, you guys have an offense that can score, but it's interesting in this age of college football and these up-tempo offenses, you guys aren't afraid to slow it down, and it's worked really well for you. Just give people an idea of why you guys play the way you do.
Yeah, we were extremely explosive last year, and not as much this year. Obviously, losing C. Eskridge, he just got his first touchdown for the Seahawks last week, so that was a big opportunity for him. We're all excited for D, but we really try to get in the right play. Control the line of scrimmage. Knowing living in the Midwest, it's going to be hard to really just, if you can only rely on the pass game, it's going to be hard to go through action in some of these November games. Obviously, it's nice that we're playing inside, so we wouldn't have that issue at Ford Field, but, really try to get the run game going. It opens up the pass game. One thing I've learned is as an ex-quarterback is the best friend to a quarterback is a great run game. And we really focus on making sure we get the run game going, and it makes everything click for us.
What's the identity of your football team? If you were to say offense, defense, special teams, this is what we want to try and set the tone for every single game. Now that you've played an entire football season, what would you say the identity of your football team is?
Well, I think we're aggressive. I mean, we're physical and aggressive. Those are 2 things we always want to be. We want to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Our offensive defensive line have done a phenomenal job. And then aggressive, obviously, I think everyone knows Coach Esposito and our defensive staff. I mean, we bring a lot of pressure. We're top